It's Inspiration Wednesday again, and I've gotten a lot of stuff in the past couple days. So all I've done is I've pulled out those stamps I got excited about yesterday. And then I did get a Stamping Up. I got an order from Stamping Up from Christy that I met in California. And look at this punch, because you know I have a punch addiction too. So that's an owl, and I like this bird. And then this is a flower, I think. But I don't care, because I love punches, and they're big, and you know, bigger is better. So I got that out, all my vintage things there, and I just pulled a sheet of this watercolor paper, and it stays on. I don't know why I picked watercolor paper, but I had it just sitting out, so I thought I'd use it. So my plan is really weak, but I think I'm going to stamp these on here and just cut them up and then kind of put them piecework all over the page and then figure out what I'm going to do from there. So essentially the background is just going to be pieced together squares of images. That camera, I realized, remember that stamp I had from forever ago that I bought? So maybe, I need another piece of paper, maybe I just need to stamp that one a couple times. And I'm not sure why, but that camera made me think of that camera. So let's do that. Tearing out my two typewriters, I realized I have a stamp that has another typewriter on it. So now I think I'm switching directions and going in that. So I'm just going to stamp up some typewriters more. Definitely working on the back pages of my journal because it's all kind of curved, and I love that about it, but it's getting difficult to work in it because I'm getting so close to the end. So what I'm going to do is I had to stamp a couple more because since I ditched the idea of all the other things and just doing typewriters, I got a whole pile of typewriters, and I'm just going to get some Helmar glue and I'm just going to adhere those in. And I'm also going to answer the phone, so I'll be right back. Got all of those down, and I don't like the way they're laying, so I thought maybe I'll tack them down with masking tape. So I look in my drawer, I have no masking tape. So I'm still in my pajamas, and I run to the store and go get masking tape. So now that I have it, let's peel it off and see if we can't make a little grid here, just so those ends, and I think mainly it's because my book is a little thick, so I thought, well, let's secure those suckers down. Add a little tape. Dilemma is, because I love the background, I love that they're all kind of there and create a pattern. I'm not sure what to do with this, and I'm thinking I want to tear it right here so it's not so big. Do I want to paint it first? Decisions. Maybe I don't paint it. I can't decide about that right now. Thinking now I want to do something on the background. I honestly could probably walk away like this and be like, okay, I like this, because I kind of do. But I think it's going to need some color. So it should be kind of cool depending on what color I add, because there's paper and tape and it's watercolor paper, so it'll totally take different than regular paper. So maybe I should just play around and see what happens with maybe some drippage or something. Alright, I'll be back. Now I'm thinking a little vintage photo. Still not sure what to do with the tab, but I'm going to go around the edges. tab has to go, or the little inclusion. So I'm going to rip this one short. I'm going to put something on it, but that just needed to go. I know I could use it somewhere, and I might. So my other thought is, what if I take one of the other extras that I did and I pop this up here, kind of like that. Leave it that it's stark. Then I have another idea, and I'll be back to show you. Alright, so here's my thought. Okay, if I do pop this up like this, what's its purpose? Well, maybe I cut a little typewritten piece of paper and put it into the typewriter, and it says, recognize life's little messages. So I think if I cut this with an X-Acto knife, just slice where like the cartridge would be, which I think, where would that be, about here? Just put a little slice with an X-Acto knife. Okay, hopefully it'll fit. And then I tuck this in here. Oh, gotta make it a little longer. Oh, how flippin' cute is that? Okay, really. I'm done. I'm done at that. You had me at hello. You had me at typewriter paper. Okay, so now I've got to figure out how to adhere this down. I'm probably just going to put a little bit of, well, why don't I just do masking tape since I've got all those pieces over here. Take a little masking tape, tape that down. And then I think I really want this raised. So I might have to go pull out the liquid scrap dots for that. But I want to make sure I'm done before I do the liquid scrap dots, because the liquid scrap dots have to be the last thing that I do. And thinking, do I ink the edges or do I just leave it stark on the background? Not sure. I will be back and see what I want to do next. So I had another thought. I have these little 7 Gypsies kind of twisty windy stamps, and this one you can see how much I've used it, but I've been holding it waiting for today. It's got like typewritten days of the week, and then it says weekend, winter, spring, summer, fall. So I think I'm going to try, like on these little pieces of paper, I'm just going to stamp the days of the week in random order, like I have Friday here. So let's start with Friday. Just so those pages have something typed on them. Not sure how good this is going to be. Let's see if I can fit it. Let's see how fancy I am. Oh, I did it. And then, I probably want to mask it off if it's underneath. I don't know. We'll just play around some more. Saturday. So I've decided I'm going to keep this one simple today. I'm really happy with it, and I don't really want to junk it up with anything. So I'm going to do the date stamp in my little brown hole, which is really the wrong brown hole. And I'm going to get my tiny attacher. I'm just going to try to staple that down to that inclusion part there. It's kind of tough because it's really close to the inside, but that's good enough. Might even put a little bit of, oh, I still have some more masking tape pieces I tore off, so maybe tear that in half and maybe not. Kind of tack it down just because I can. Wrap it around. Alright, so that, and like I said, I wanted to wait for the very last thing that I do to put the liquid scrap dots behind. Thanks, where did I put them? So I'm really going to try to pop this up. And I thought about inking the edges, and I decided I just don't want to. I'm just going to keep it stark. So I'm going to get scrap dotty. Squeeze them all up there. And I am an over adhesive. I'm also an over liquid scrap dotter. And I'm just going to make like 4 wads. I really should do the same thing with toothpaste. I should really just roll this up. It makes life a lot easier. Alright. Get another big wad of scrap dot. And one last one. I could put one there. I might want to put one there because when I close, I'm going to do it. I'm going to put one there. Because when I close this, it might end up, let's see. Because I don't want this to really smush either, so I guess I'm going to be like icing a cake with this. Just spreading out that liquid scrap dot so it will lay flat at one point. Make sure you clean that off of your X-Acto knife when you're done. Alright, so I don't know if you can see that. I mean, that's kind of thick. I got some goobage on there. Goobage. And I'm going to put this up on this one here. And I'm not pressing it, because the moment you press it, then you smush it. And it falls right in the world. See, it's stuck. You don't need to press it. But it is quite dimensional on there. Can you see that? Alright, so I think I'm done. I am so done. I'm fabulously done. Alright, that's it for Inspiration Wednesday. So awesome you can join me, and peace out.